Hello, welcome to the UEFA Champions League preview show on the Our Media channel, your best sports podcast show on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is Josiah. Now, we'll be taking a look at the second leg games in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. I think the first round of games in the first leg actually served us with some thrilling results. So Real Madrid getting a 2-1 win over Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich getting a 3-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen. The biggest one for me had to do with Liverpool going to Paris to shock PSG. They won by a goal to 0. No, shocking, in context, looking at how poor they were on the day. They defended for the larger part of the game, but ended up still showing that tough mentality, the winning mentality, to grab a 1-0 victory for themselves. Other results saw Inter Milan also get themselves a 2-0 win over Feyenoord, which was quite a decent one. And then you have Aston Villa also getting a 3-1 win away at Club Brugge. So we'll be talking about some selected games. First, let's start off with Atletico Madrid hosting Real Madrid game. So Atletico Madrid, in the first leg, they put up a very, very good fight. I would say, it was a good shift until they allowed Brahim Diaz to get that winning goal for Real Madrid. Defensively, I felt that was where they lost the game. Atletico Madrid has always been a team that boasts of a solid defense. They have one of the tightest defense in the last 10 seasons in the European top 5 leagues, and then also in the Champions League. So Real Madrid were not at their best. For me, I feel Madrid could have done better. But looking at how Atletico played on the day, they threw everything at Real Madrid. They unfortunately they saw too much of the ball. I feel with the possession they had, they just couldn't do enough with it. We all know Atletico Madrid to be that team that would always opt for the low block and then hit you on the break. But in the event they have much of the ball, then they really struggle to do something meaningful or resourceful with the ball. I just feel it's still an open game. Atletico Madrid still 2-1 down heading into the second round. The crowd should be behind them at the Metropolitano. They should be behind them. I've seen Atletico Madrid put up some historic performances in the history of the UEFA Champions League. But if there's one team they've never gotten the better of in the Champions League, then it has to be Real Madrid, because Madrid always shows class. They ooze so much class, and the mentality with which they play the Champions League with is just out of this world. It's still going to be cagey, but I don't know. But I'm forced to say that Atletico Madrid could end up winning this game. Perhaps we could see extra time, then even if possible, a penalty shootout in this one wouldn't be bad. So I would favor Atletico Madrid to get a win in this one. I'm not saying they are going to qualify, but I feel that they should also get a narrow win, looking at what they did in the first leg and how good they've been. Now, there's another fixture which I think would really interest you as well. So it's a Liverpool PSG fixture where Liverpool were on the back foot for the first time this season. I've never seen them defend for their lives. They had almost 30% of possession in a 90-minute game of football. And with Liverpool under Ancelotti, we all know that defensively they look better than they used to be under Klopp. So Klopp would rather opt for the ginger pressing, but Ancelotti would rather allow his team to just call back into the shape, keep their shape and try to frustrate you. So that's how solid they've been under Ancelotti, and that's why they are top of the Premier League. And then also they lost only one game in the entirety of the group stages of the UEFA Champions League. They've been solid, and for them to even go to the Parc des Princes and get a 1-0 win tells you how solid and the sort of mentality they had. Darwin Núñez setting up, Elliott to get a goal for them. Mo Salah was non-existent. He was actually missing. But you'll be thinking that after scoring twice against Southampton, over the weekend in the Premier League, then Mo Salah's mojo would be back again. I tip Liverpool to get this one, over PSG. Don't forget that PSG have also got a tactician in the dugout. Luis Enrique has been very, very good. He's been dominant, in the UEFA Champions League. He's set up his team, in very, very, interesting ways during certain games. They got themselves a 3-2 win, you remember, or even a 4-2 win over Manchester City in the last but one game of the group stage. So they're also good with the big games, and especially for me, I feel their strength has to do with the midfield trio of Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and then also Joao Neves. This trio, have been very, very good in recent times, and I feel they should also give Liverpool a run for their money. But I'm going for a Liverpool win. No two ways about that. I tip Inter to win. It should be an easy one for Inter Milan after getting a 2-0 win at the Keep over Feyenoord. They should go ahead, and even score more goals, because this Inter team has got so many goals in them, and the way they play so much expansive football, especially with their fullbacks. Bastoni being deployed at the left wing back position, in the last 3 or 4 games. And then also Denzel Dumfries, another attacking fullback in the Inter setup. I think they should be too strong for Feyenoord. They should go for the win. They should kill it over there. Barcelona will be at home to Benfica. Interesting game. Looking at the fact that in the first leg, Benfica had a chance to seal a win for themselves, playing against a 10-man Barcelona team after Paul Kabasi was shown a red card. But unfortunately, this team, I don't know what's wrong with them. But in the group stages as well, they met with Barcelona and it was a 9-goal thriller. Then, in the first leg as well, they ended up losing to Barcelona. They've shown signs of weakness. They've shown, signs of immaturity whenever they've come up against the Barcelona side. I don't think we're even at their best, last week. I take Barcelona to also win that one, and still comfortably. Arsenal got themselves a 7-1 win over PSV at the Philips Stadion. It's done beyond any doubt. I don't see Arsenal relinquishing a 6-goal lead in the second round. They shouldn't even top up. I see them winning about 15. No, 15 is too much. Let's say 10, 12 on aggregate, especially if PSV should come into the game with a mentality that they've already lost. Then Arsenal would even pile more pressure and score more goals in that one. There were other interesting games as well. The Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen game didn't really serve us with that excitement we expected. It was supposed to be, a keenly contested game, close game. But unfortunately, that red card to Michele also did Bayer Leverkusen so much, doom. After 90 minutes, it was, the goals from Harry Kane and then also Jamal Musiala sealing the win for them. 3-0 for Bayern Munich, heading to the Bay Arena for the second leg. Shouldn't really be a problem for Bayern Munich. They've been good. The only missing player for them will be Manuel Neuer, who has been out, or who will be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks, due to an injury. But aside that, they were decent. Bayern Munich lost over the weekend in the Bundesliga, same as Bayer Leverkusen. So they both lost over the weekend. Both played at home, and shockingly, they lost. So I think they will both be going into this game with their tails up, especially looking at the fact that they couldn't give their fans anything to smile for. But Bayern Munich should be wary of the threat Bayer Leverkusen could pose. A goal in the first 20 minutes, 2 goals in the first half, turned the tie on the third. Yes, I understand Bayern Munich have got a pedigree for the UEFA Champions League, but you don't take anything away from Bayer Leverkusen. They've been strong, they've been decent, they fought for points, and I believe that it's still going to be game on should Bayer Leverkusen score first in that one. So interesting fixtures coming up in the UEFA Champions League second leg of the round of 16 stage. Borussia Dortmund would also be traveling to Lille. Interesting game. I see Lille winning it. Borussia Dortmund failed to take the chance when they played at the Signal Iduna. And then also Aston Villa got themselves a 3-1 win over Club Brugge. It should be an easy game for Unai Emery and his charges. So interesting games coming up, second round or second leg games in the round of 16. You also need to drop your predictions in the comment section. Which teams do you think will be sailing through? I've had my tips. I think Atletico will win. Arsenal should go through comfortably. Then Bayern Munich should also go through comfortably. The rest, I'm leaving them to you for you to also give your prediction.